think on the visa, on the student visa, you get to work 20 hours.
Yes.
And that work 20 hours, according to him, like for the briefing that they received, it's 25 to $26 an hour. And if they work the hours times the 20, that's the money that they make. And that big amount, it's now, when they do find that work, it goes towards paying for their own costs. So you only help them to get there, and then they begin to do their own from there. Maybe you listen and say, Ferguson, I haven't heard of that name before. Well, they may not be the kind of name that you look out to, like for university, but it's something easy for them to start off with. They don't go in and sign to stay with Ferguson. No, they'll go in as an entry if they, like what she said, if they prefer other, areas of their learning other than sticking to the one that they chose initially, then it's open. They can go to other universities. There's nothing to bind them to say you cannot go to any other university, because they're working their own and paying for their own. And I really like that. Even though I didn't hear the briefing, but with all the things that we're doing, logging to this link, and there's a Japanese one, and then he said, the Japanese one, the years are long, and he said, go to Japan or China or Korea, register. Just register, lodge your interest. Because usually for these Asian countries, it takes an extra year, because one whole year you learn the language. You learn Japanese, you learn Chinese, or you learn French. You have to learn the language, and they give you one whole year to learn the language before you start your study. And that's why it takes longer. And I was telling him, whichever way to go, as long as you hit what you hit and you achieve what you can, and you can always come back home, and apply that, and you say to yourself, you've done it. And if you know you are schooling and you've reached, and you listen to us this morning, student, and you've done your degree, and you don't feel like, you still have your parents' support, or you felt, well, I'm still schooling, I might as well continue. Then do your master's, continue with your studies until you reach the extreme, and you say to yourself, I'm good, then you come. If you can afford going that way, why don't you? Because you have all the time. Because if not, when you leave and you say to yourself, okay, I'll get married, I'll do all these things, then I'll go back and do that. Most of the times that doesn't happen. Because once this life goes this way, so demanding, you cannot go back that way. That's what happened to me. I left school earlier to help my mom. I was still in Form 6. I started off with my extension, with the USB. And I never anticipated church. So I was doing my study, and I enrolled for this master's program with FNU then. They used to be called Fiji National FNTC, Training Council. So I enrolled for that master's. And all these things that I was planning for my life didn't happen, or I didn't finish it, because the church commitment came, and I went other way. Like what I said, I had my plans. It didn't eventuate because things, and then I never thought it would happen, and that's why I am here today. Well, I never regret it. It's like, this is a life that I chose, and I'm enjoying it. But just making reference to that, if you know you can make it right through to the fullest, please push yourself to do that. But if you know that you need to let go because you need to get money and look after somebody or look after your family, then the choice is yours.